It's breakfast time at Susie's house as she stands in the middle of her kitchen and glares into her open cupboards. The day before, Susie found out that she had the beginning stages of diabetes. She knew she had to make some changes in her diet, but she didn't know where to start. Biting her nails and pacing the floor, Susie continues to stare blankly at pancake mixes and sugary cereals until she remembers something her doctor had told her: eat more whole grains. But what exactly does that mean, and why are they any better than the normal grains she eats? Recently, type 2 diabetes, a disease which causes its victims like Susie to have trouble controlling their blood sugar levels, has become increasingly common in the United States. Many believe the disease is reaching epidemic levels, but why is this happening now, and how can those affected by diabetes fight back? The answer may lie in the foods we eat. You may be surprised to hear that the type of grain you eat may play a major role in your development of diabetes. There are two main types of grains we eat: refined grains and whole grains. Refined grains are processed grains such as white flour and white rice. Whole grains are grains like wheat, oats, corn, or wild rice. To determine the relation between these grains and diabetes, a study gave food questionnaires to over 75,000 people for a 10-year period and recorded how many servings of grain they ate each day. Whether they ate refined or whole grains was also recorded. These researchers found that the more whole grains a person would eat per day, the less likely they would be to develop diabetes during the 10-year period. On the flip side, the more refined grains a person would eat on a daily basis, the more likely that person would be to develop the disease. So as a result, the research indicated that individuals who ate 3 or more refined grains a day were about twice as likely to develop type 2 diabetes than individuals who ate 3 whole grains a day. Most people eat some type of grain in their food every day. But how do we know if our foods contain healthy whole grains that can prevent type 2 diabetes or refined grains that may cause it? Since whole grains are not processed much, they keep most of their original nutrients. Some examples of foods that contain whole grains are rye breads, whole wheat pasta, brown rice pasta, oatmeal, and bran muffins. Refined grains are heavily processed and robbed of their original nutrients. Foods like cakes, white rice, pastries, cookies, and white breads are some examples of foods that contain refined grain. But why is the refinement of these grains so bad? During the refining process, nutrients such as magnesium and fiber are removed from the original whole grain. This is bad because magnesium and fiber are essential in preventing diabetes. Since it's hard for diabetics to control their blood sugar levels, they need to eat foods that do not cause blood sugar spikes. To determine the relation between type 2 diabetes and fiber, Frank B. Hu and a group of researchers surveyed over 91,000 individuals with questionnaires about their diet and analyzed their fiber intake. The people were then studied for 8 years to determine any onset of type 2 diabetes. It was determined that those who had lower fiber intakes had higher blood sugar levels. These high blood sugar levels were directly related to a higher risk of developing type 2 diabetes. The fiber in whole grains can help stop high blood sugar levels. When whole grains are eaten, the fiber in the grains causes sugar to be absorbed more slowly into your bloodstream. This way, the sugar in your blood will not suddenly increase so quickly. The other nutrient that is lost in the refining process is magnesium. Harvard researchers determined that diets high in magnesium help stabilize insulin and blood sugar levels. Insulin is the hormone produced by the pancreas which regulates the body's blood sugar levels. In the study, over 39,000 women filled out questionnaires about their diets and were followed up on for 6 years. Fasting blood insulin levels in 349 women were recorded as well. It was found that the women who had high levels of magnesium in their diets were much less likely to develop type 2 diabetes. Magnesium is an important mineral needed by the body to regulate the hormone insulin. When you eat whole grains, magnesium from these grains enters your bloodstream. This magnesium helps your pancreas release the insulin hormone into your blood. The insulin tells your body cells to let the sugar in so the cells can use the sugar as fuel. When you don't have enough magnesium in your body, the pancreas has trouble regulating insulin. As a result, your body cannot properly use the sugars you eat for fuel. Instead, extra sugar is spilled into your blood, causing high blood sugar. This is how you develop type 2 diabetes. When you eat whole grains, you get more magnesium in your body, which may help fight the effects of type 2 diabetes or may even prevent it. So like Susie, if you want to take a step to prevent or control your diabetes, walk away from refined grain foods like white breads and pastries. Instead, eat a whole grain food like rye bread or a bran muffin. You may be a lot healthier in the long run.